In this video, we will continue to talk about VRAY lights in VRAY for SketchUp. So in the previous video, we investigate the different types of lights and also how we can create a kind of a photographic studio or a studio set using the three-point lighting technique. In this video, we're going to continue with additional lights effects here in VRAY for SketchUp. And we're going to see the IES effect or IES lights, and also how we can turn any mesh into a light using the mesh light in VRAY. I will run a quick render just to show you a preview of what we're gonna do in this lesson. So I'm going to render here, and you will see here some IES effect on the background right there. And these are a couple of effects that you can get with the mesh light and also with emissive materials. And you can use also textures or images using these techniques right here. So this is an emissive panel which is gonna emit light based on an image. So let's get started. And first of all, let's see where we can get the files that we will need to do these exercises. So first of all, the model that we used, this one here is from the renderpeople.com website, where you can find a lot of scanned and rendered people that you can use, very realistic. And here you can go to free models and you will find the static models here and also rigged models and animated models that you can download, use for free. No registration required. You find all the information here. And also you will find a link into the description that you can follow. So we already saw how you can select a model, click here on free download and select a precise format. In this case, we used SketchUp. Since we're going to talk about textures, I want to show you something additional talking about textures. Now this is the downloaded folder and already extracted of 3D model, and you have here a folder called text, and this is where the textures are stored. So if you open up this model, you don't see the texture. That's gonna be a problem. So you need to fix this. And we will talk about material and textures later on, but I just want to show you a particularly useful tool. So we selected here this one, which is already in VRAY. You can drag and drop this, or you can open it up. Now, if you don't see the texture or you have any issue with some materials or texture, you can go to the extensions here, VRAY File Path Editor. This is where you can check the different files that you are bringing in the model or the scene. And some of these could be found. And so it's gonna give you the green light. You can see this is a bitmap used in a screen to simulate a TV screen. These are the IES light. So it's finding these files here, but it's not finding these other items. So it doesn't find 13 items. So when you have a situation like this, you need to find this and repath the missing files. So you click here to repath, you select the folder where you think you have the correct textures, okay, and then you say open. And you can see this is now repath and it's okay. So if you are missing some textures, sometimes you can use the file path editor. When you make some connection, you can also refresh the list to see if anything has changed. Okay, now we have our model. You can check if the textures are there. Okay, now you can see that right now I'm only using one rectangular light, which is my key light, and I have turned off everything else or hidden here in the outliner panel. So let's start with the IES. So the first thing we need to do is to go here in the toolbar and let's select IES. Now the IES light, it's something similar to the spotlight, but it's simply more realistic because it's gonna add particular realistic effect. Now, when you click on this type of light, it's not gonna place directly a light, but it's gonna ask you to locate a particular file called IES. Now, probably you don't have any IES already in your computer. Sometimes you can find them also in other software, so you can use the same file used in other software. But if you don't have any IES file, you can get it from the web as well. So you can simply do a search here, searching for IES lights. You can do an image search and you will find a lot of websites. Now in this case, I have chosen this leomoon.com, and again, you will find this just by searching IES lights. Should be one of the first results here. So you click here and you go directly into the IES Lights Pack page. And if you scroll down again, you find all the information here. And these are free and you can use them just by downloading them with this button right here. You can also donate if you want to support the project. So click here, free download. There you go, that's the zip file right there. So you're gonna open it up and you will find all the IES effects stored into this folder. So you need to double click this and extract the content into another folder, which I already did. And this is this one right here. And you can see that you have two types of files. You will have the IES files, and down you will have the images. So you can preview all different lights. And when you find the one that you like, you know the name, and then you can upload it when you're gonna use that in VRAY for SketchUp. So let's start and click here and select the folder. And then let's select one here. For example, this scatter light. Okay. And then you can place it there on that background. Now be careful not to place the light inside an object, otherwise it's not going to be displayed. So I'm going to move this a little bit forward here, but I'm going to be near the wall so I can see the effect. If I'm too far from the wall, I will only see the effect on the floor and not the actual effect of the IES. So let's run a render. Okay, and you can already see that. Now, if you have a lot of lights inside the scene, it's more difficult to see the effects that we are seeing right now. So if you don't see any effect, what you can do is go and change the settings. For example, if your scene is too bright, you probably will need to go here in the VRAY Asset Editor and locate your light first. So you can